everybody, in today's lesson I'm going to show you how to play different types of bends on the guitar, and I'll show you different ways to do it. And before we get started, remember to like this video and to subscribe on YouTube. I'll be posting new videos every week, and here we go. So this is kind of a basic lesson, but I'm going to talk about different types of bends that you can do to add some different voicings to your leads and guitar playing. So the first type of bend that I'm going to show you is the more traditional bends, where it's a single note bend, and what you can do is bend, usually it's either in a full note or a full step or a half step bend. So the basics of bending, what I like to do is, let's say we're going to bend on the 7th fret of the G string. So I like to have my fingers, my index finger on the 5th fret, my middle finger on the 6th, and then my ring finger on the 7th if I'm going to bend with that ring finger. And then I'm using all three fingers to push. And the top three strings, it's proper to push towards the center of the neck. Well, either way you're going to push towards the center of the neck. But the top three strings you're going to push, and then the bottom three strings you're going to pull. And that's the way you're supposed to do it. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it that way. Sometimes you'll be playing a lead and you'll just push the other way, and it works just fine. So you'll notice that the half step bend on the 7th fret will play the note of the sound at the 8th fret. So for example, that's what we're bending up to. And then for a full step, it's going to be the note on the 9th fret. And so what's really cool about these bends is, and you have to practice to kind of be able to intone them properly, but you can do a slow bend, and you can go past a step or a half step or even in between. You can do a fast bend. And again, you can do that in pretty much any position. A lot of times what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to bend into the next note in the scale, but that doesn't necessarily have to be what you do. The next type of bend is we're going to kind of bend back and forth. And so basically it's just how it sounds. I like to do it the same way I do a single note bend, with my three fingers pushing, and you just bend it back and forth. And you can do it fast, you can do it slow, and for like something that you want to do a little bit more, I guess, technical, some people will use a single finger, and that'll give you a little different sound. You can tell the difference. Or you can use the first finger. It's really just whatever you're strongest with. And you know, that can be used pretty much anywhere. Like a lot of times people will use that for like emphasis notes, so like if you're playing a lead, that's a good spot to do it. The next type of bend I'm going to show you is a two-note bend, and for this example I'm going to have my index finger on the 5th fret of the B string and my ring finger on the 7th fret of the G string. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend this note at the 7th fret of the G string up to match the note at the 5th fret of the B string. And this is pretty common in like rock songs to do something like that. And it just takes a little bit of time to kind of figure out how far to bend that note. So what I like to do is, on this is, similar to how I do the single note bends, I'm going to push with these two fingers to give it a little bit more control. So, and then a lot of, like I was showing you before, a lot of guitar players will move it up the fretboard. And another variation on this is you can do like a tremolo style bend, like. And what's nice about these types of bends is it really cuts through, like all the other instruments, and will cut through on recording. And then you can do a similar bend on the B and E strings, This time though, you're going to push if your index finger's on the 5th fret of the E string, you can do it 2 different ways. For me, it's easier to do it with my pinky on the 8th fret of the B string. So 5th fret index finger on the E string, 8th fret pinky, and then I'm going to push with these 3 fingers. You can also do it, if you're strong enough, with 2 fingers. So you're going to push with your ring finger. Once you get good at using your pinky, it's a little easier to do it with your pinky. And again, you can move this up and down. And you can do a tremolo. Yeah, again, that's something that kind of cuts through, and it just takes a little bit of practice to get that, to figure out how to bend it so that it matches the top note. And then the last bend I'm going to show you is like a Chuck Berry style bend, and what this is you're going to bridge your index finger. Let's say here we're starting in the 5th fret across the B and E strings on the 5th fret, and similar to how we did the first 2-note bend, you're going to bend with your ring finger, and you're going to push with these 2 fingers, with your middle finger and ring finger. And so what you're going to do is you're going to play the top 2 notes, then you're going to do the bend, and just go back and forth. And you can move that up and down the fretboard. Again, this is something that Chuck Berry does a lot, Johnny Thunders does a lot of guitar players do it. And again, that's just something you need to kind of mess with, get the feel for how far to bend that string up so that it's bent in the right position. You can practice just moving it up and down, and will add a lot of cool tones to your leads. So that's it for this video. Remember to like this on YouTube and subscribe. I'll be posting new videos every week, and I'll see you guys next time.